Welcome to Solutions from the Yard, a candid discussion about life behind bars and its effect on society. We'll discuss reintegration or reentry back into the community post-incarceration. Your host for this episode is Michael Dickerson-El.
Welcome to Solutions from the Yard, and I'm your host tonight, Brother Michael Dickerson-El, and I have my brother Charles Hopkins and brother Dietrich Trent. How you brothers doing?
I'm doing great.
Blessed, man. I'm blessed, brother.
Yeah, we just going to continue with, our last topic, faith in prison. And, we got a lot of good, I want to say feedback on that, and just basically letting our audience know who we are, because one thing about it, when you start dealing with faith, you going to really pull out, the true person.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You really start to know a true person when you start dealing with faith. And that's one of the things that I think that you're going to get out of our show in this topic is, who we really are. Because we was talking about, faith in prison, how it helped them and, things of that nature. And I one thing I know for me, it really set the tone for how I was going to approach coming home. That's one of the things it did for me. It approached the tone how I was going to come home, things that I had to do, things that I wanted to accomplish. And it was, like the brother Deech was saying, having faith in yourself gave me the confidence to have or overcome the fear of the unknown. I've been to prison 3 times in my life. And, that was one of the things that I never shook. The first 2 was the fear of the unknown. And when I came home this time, it was more so by me building my faith, it kind of gave me a sense of protection and a sense of like self-confidence, because, we know the promise of God is true. And that's one thing we can say, the promise of our Creator is true.
That's right.
And if you keep faith in that promise, then, you should have a good outcome, because it's going to change your whole mindset, going to change the way you do things. And then, that reap what you sow is going to become a fact.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I learned, just putting out the good seed, doing the right thing in life, trusting in certain people, trusting in yourself and surrounding yourself with people that, it's going to always be in your corner, and that's the thing. And it also give you a good gauge on judging somebody.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I think that, it did for me, is help me to recognize what I want to say, the energy that you want to be around, because no matter what faith you are part of, they're all related to some extent, and when I say related is, if you believe in spirituality and believe in change and things of that nature, they have that same energy. And, when you see a person that's focused on change, they dedicated into whatever they feel as though is good, that attracts you. That energy attracts you. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it helped me surround myself around people that was always trying to do something good.
Yeah, that's right.
Because like we said, when we was in prison, you seen guys just using religion for whatever they used it for.
Yeah.
But it wasn't for the right thing. And, like you was saying earlier in the show, Chuck, that you said, you had guys that just was, just basically being hypocrites. And you can tell that those was the ones that was going to come back. Because it was the energy that they was giving off.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I think it helped me when I came home. It gave me a better sense of intuition of the people that I should be around, the energy that they give off. And it basically taught me about the unseen, and that's something for me that's been very important, is understanding the unseen, recognize the signs of it when they do appear, and that's the thing that really helped me since I been home, is just having that faith in the unseen and recognize some of those signs, and the first show we was basically just talking about a lot of the, the pros.
Right.
But let's talk about some of the cons.
Come on.
Some of the cons that you've seen, Chuck.
All right, like I said, and the one thing about in prison,
Mm-hmm.
You know, you define yourself.
Right.
If you come out and you say you Superman, everybody gonna call you Superman at some point in time.
Right.
Right? You can be walking around and be like $110, right? So I'm Superman. Everybody say, hey, there goes Superman. Buy your back, right? You know, bit off of, right?
Shit.
Whatever you call yourself in prison, whatever you say you are in prison, that's what you are.
Yeah.
Right? And as long as you don't invade nobody's space where it become antagonistic, they're gonna let you be that.
Right.
You know, you gonna say you Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha. I mean, literally, you could say the name of our group is Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Voodoo, and then say, and you say, you see me come and say like, hey, Charles, what's up, brother Charles? Oh, stop, man. You know my name, man. Come on, stop playing, man. You know I'm Buddha. So, come on, man, I ain't calling you Buddha. Don't call me, don't talk to me no more then. Right? And then it get to the point where say, okay, I'm gonna call you Buddha. And that become our reality. But at the same token, you have people that get into religion or get into a religion for multiple reasons and don't have no intentions. It's not doing nothing for them in terms of the change, like we was talking about earlier, changing. Because they're the same people, right? They do the same credit. They identify like, okay, I don't want my brothers to see me get this porn. Right? So they say, look, put the porn in the bowl and put it in the microwave. I get it when I come out. Yeah. And that's, look, you put the porn in and say, all right, because you don't care about you in it.
You out with it.
Yeah, you out with it.
it.
You selling the whole house stuff like, hey. And plus you trying to get customers. So you're like, hey, well, you know they got that joint up here. So yeah, look, put it by the microwave, put it in the bowl, I get it when I come out. Yeah. That become and then but they be in an environment, and then when the ones that's real serious and trying to get something done, it become a problem. You know?
Right.
Because you don't want to tell nobody they can't what they say, no, you can't be here because you don't believe this, because then you telling a person what you taking the role of God, what you saying a person is. So in terms of like the con aspect is literally that.
Exactly.
Yeah. When you give me I'm conning. I'm a hypocrite. I got no cut card with it, right? And anything I can do while I'm in this, because I remember, and I'm gonna close on this point. I was in one joint. The warden was a religious fanatic, and when he came in the system, he sent. I was in one joint, and I tried to escape, and I got jammed up, and he was the warden down at that jail, and they was sending him to the Maryland Penitentiary, and he was sending the Maryland Penitentiary because the police just got killed. So he told me because if I got out, that would have killed his career. So he had me in his office. He listened. He said, you know what? He said, you going back to the penitentiary. When I go back, he said, I'm going back in about a month. He said, and the next time you come off a lockup, they're going to be selling and commissary. That's how vicious he was. And when he came in there, he locked up everybody. So you looked around, you see everybody carrying the Bible. I'm talking about gangsters. Like, I'm brother so-and-so. Oh, Lyle's got you. So that's what they believed in. See, their thing was that if they did that Lyle's became their God, or the ward.
Right.
And everybody else that didn't, if you wasn't of that denomination, he punished you. Because in his mind, he was fanatical, and that's how he believed. So the only reason why other entities got something, because the First Amendment said you had to give it to them.
Right.
And them guys were litigious in making sure they got what they supposed to have. But rest assured, if your name came across his desk, I don't care what you called yourself, you was going to lock and you was going to admin. So yeah, the con of it, that's just what it is. You see a lot of that.
Yeah, I experienced a whole lot of cons. For me, it was for real. For me, it was a battle with self. Because like when I know who I am and what I'm capable of, and then for me, it was like people questioning me now. Like she's soft. Yeah. And that was one of the things, once I got into religion, it was almost like I was still getting into stuff because of that. You know what I'm saying? Because people think like, you don't cuss, you don't do this, you don't do a whole bunch of stuff that everybody do that's gangster, quote unquote gangster. And when you don't do that, it just really kind of like put a bullseye on you. So, people might, your reputation might precede you, and once you get there, everybody like looking at you side-eyed, but then when they like, hold up, you know what I'm saying? It's like, this dude ain't who they said it with. Man, this dude soft for real. Then the next thing you know, man, oh no, the gorilla, the lock that came off the cage, and next thing you know, you back into it. Now you sit up here questioning yourself, So for me, it was like, I want to say for real, it made me the strong person that I am now. Yeah. Because that was another whole test. Yeah. Really learning that what I thought was my strength was really my weakness. And that's what it really taught me, man, that the things that I carried as my strength, in my younger years was really my weakness. And that's what it taught me. And I had to really dig down deep to ignore a lot of things and just basically it put me in the separation mode. Once I started to learn how to separate myself from different things, certain people, that's what really helped me, but it was really it was a struggle. Yeah. It was a definite struggle for me, because, we know prison is nothing like in society. That's right. It's a whole different world, and everything is based on the strong survive. Yeah. So when you really come into a faith in prison, that's a test in its own when you're dealing with everybody got the mindset of the strong survive, because you consider weak when you're in a religion. Tell me some of the things you saw, Dietrich, that just made you almost lose faith.
Well, it took me for a long time. I ain't had no wants about religion, and it just going and being in prison for so many years and growing up. I looked at everybody that was in religion as arrogant. I just seen them arrogant. I'm just telling you, because I was battling my old thing. They ain't saying nothing to me. They just go on hold their Bible, their Qurans, or whatever religion they was in. And when they call, look at them. They act like they gonna be, and I just have a lot of negative things to say.
Say exactly.
Right? Yeah. And I had brothers in every last group, in every last religious domain. I had brothers in it, but I still used to say, I ain't going over there. So it took me a while, because it took me to start to becoming more of adult and maturing. To start to seeing and saying, okay, boom, like I said, I told you I needed a compass in life, because the way I was going on my own compass, I was going to be dead, either in prison or back out here in society. So my thing, that's why it's like I say, faith in prison is so fragile, because you could see something that could shake your faith in prison. Yeah. And have you want to put everything down, or have you want to pick everything up. It could make you something you see, it make you grab onto everything, so it goes both ways. The thing that I notice about religion and prison, that, like you said, one of the first things they do, they think if anyone in a religious group, in any religious group, that you're in there for protection, right? So that was one stigma early on in my bid I never wanted. Right. I said, man, I didn't want religion, because if that was going to be a stigma that I'm a punk or I'm a this, I didn't want it, right? Because I remind you, I was 16 years old, so I'm still trying to find myself in prison. So when you do attach to something, you want to attach to something that's the least frowned upon. Not even if you had the faith in it for real. You just want to accept something that was the least frowned upon, right?
Oh yeah, come on.
Right, and
that's a good setup.
So when you do this, you got to be, a lot of people be led around different wrong paths, because we see in prison, we know, like you said, the strong survive. So a lot of people take a lot of these positions in prison, and especially when we talk about dealing with someone's faith as a leader of an organization, because these are titles that be placed upon other inmates, right? Good, bad, whatever. We seen it. We ain't got to go through all that story again. But you have those that they're not right, and they leading the mass of people, right? We went through that. This shakes your faith in prison. We have those that we know people letting people inside, I ain't going to say, because no one controls the gatekeeping of religion, right? But we have those that was using, that not using anything, but using the faith as a keepsake for day laundry money. This man, come on, get up. You know how I go, man. Get up under this, man. Come on, man. Yeah, you owe me. Yeah. You owe me. Yeah. And as other men, like, well, man, what is we doing, man? This don't affect it, you know. So you go through, you see this in prison, and it shakes people's faith. That's why you have, man, the dude, like you said, to be the most religious dude today. Tomorrow, they found him dead, right? Because it might have been something about some type of struggle going on within prison about his faith. We know how this stuff goes. So. I want to let my audience know, and I'm for those to finding yourself, especially when you're behind these walls, you know, finding some type of peace. But be careful if you ever go, you know, and be careful and do a due diligent research about what you want to get a part of, because accepting any type of religion in prison also accepts a lot of other things that comes with it, right?
Exactly.
So you got to be careful, because once you separate any type of faith, that you are banned by that faith in prison, and anybody, it is what it is. I had so much problems when it came to my faith, because I was disobedient. I was still that person. You not telling me to do anything, and I'm still that person. I don't care who you are in this. I don't care about that. You can't tell me. I got my name on my indictment. I'm going home when they gonna leave me. I don't care who you. And that was my problem. I think that's why I had a lot of problems when it came to faith with me. So I started, you know, I said, man, how do I do this and not lose my faith, right? Because I don't know how to shut up. As clearly said, I'm still talking. So I don't know how to shut up, and I don't know how to keep my mouth closed when I see something. Like I told y'all, I just call me son. I just react, because I don't want you to put me in the category of everybody else. So I'm going to say something to you. If I see something, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to say, man, hey, I ain't with that. So exclude me. So I seen a lot of things. So it shook my faith, Brother Mike. My faith got shook in prison. But like I always said, I had that faith, regardless of any tied to any religion. I had that faith that I wanted to change. I wanted to be better. I wanted to do more in life. I wanted to get out of prison. So that was always rock foundation. I just needed a compass of how to do it, right? And I got that through religion and through my faith. But it came to a point that my freedom or my faith, and I had to choose my freedom, right? And this might shake some people because I'm saying why I choose in prison, putting you in the prison setting. I had to choose my freedom, because if I'd have chose my religion, I'd still be in prison to this day.
Come on, that's right.
I ain't saying that because I'm saying it because I had conflict within mine. That I'm a man, I can't stand for certain things. So that was when I had to draw a line and say, hey, I'm gonna practice my faith on my own.
That's what it's about right there.
Right. And I had to do it in my cell, boom. Because at the end of the day, I'm driving this ship. I got the book, I can read. I'm driving this ship, and because I know people use, we know.
That.
So I had to. So I seen the good and the bad of it. And don't get me wrong, it's great, because a lot of people stood strong based on their foundation of their religion and their faith in life. Right. So but me personally, I had to step back away from it and practice it away, because I knew me being the person I was going to be detrimental to my freedom.
Yeah, I definitely feel you on that, because you got to definitely personalize it. You know what I'm saying? Like they say, salvation is personal.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? When you say salvation is personal, man, like you mentioned once before, you got to let your good deeds outnumber your bad.
Yeah.
And that's personal. So everything that go on in prison that you see other people doing, like using the faith, and, they might have, they can lead their whole flock to the hellfires, because of you not right. Because you had the gift of gab, and you can convince people that, you can twist the scripture and say, well, this is right. You know what I'm saying? And then next thing you done wind up, catching a body in prison, And this individual, he done went home.
We just seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's my whole point. We done seen that on numerous occasions. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's the con and the pro to that. You know, and like I said, I think it's for me. It was so I had to personalize it because I seen a whole lot of things, and just like you said, I stayed away from it for almost 9 years. The first part. Because of that, you know, but when I had to personalize it and say, this is the betterment for my character, this is the person that I want to be and come out into society and say, man, you know, mom, pops, you know, this is what I'm about now, you know. This time when I say this, you can believe.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because of the change, not just from words, but just the way I move. And once they seen the way I moved, you know, and you know, and it's just my own testimony. You know, I truly believe that my mother, you know, held on until I came home. She held on all the way until I came home. Once I came home, she seen the direction I was going, and she, you know, she went on. And her earthly task was done.
Yeah, that's powerful.
You see what I'm saying? And I think that was, you know, that was for real. Just me having that outlook, that gave me, you know, the strength that I had in my God and the strength of his promise. That's what helped me get over that. You know what I'm saying? Because exactly, that's what helped me get over that. Because if it wasn't for that, soon I came home after doing all that time, the only thing I could think of, that was the most important person that I used to think of, you know, because my father, he just so strong-willed, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't worried about him. It was more so my mother. My mother was the main focus when I came home, just thinking about her. And when she passed right after I came home, I was really at a crossroad. You know, I was really at a crossroad because I was like at the point where as though just the smallest thing could have made me go left or go right. You know, and that was just believing in something.
You know, and I like that observation because, and I think all of us can find that space right there because, like I said, 6 months after I'm out, I'm homeless. I'm in a shelter. Now, I hate dormitory. Never did dormitories while I was locked up. Did dormitories right when I got in camp. So it's really it's not a good fit for me. I'm all, you know. But when I left like you left. Like saying, you know, I'm focused on my mother, and you can see the connection there. Okay, I'm the child that you say that you raised. Here I am right now. So whatever going on, you can rest in peace. When I got out, that situation, I said, man, you know what? I made a commitment that I'm gonna keep this personal relationship with God, and no matter what go on, I'm not gonna abandon that. So I'm gonna trust that process. And that got me, and that put me in every space I went in because I stayed in that space in my head.
Exactly.
Because I'm in the shelter, dope, whole lot of crazy going on, right? But I didn't allow it to like get me off a track. I said, okay, that's you the same way in the jail. You say you this and you holding the Bible, okay. That's between you and whoever you say you is with it. I'm not going to say nothing to you about it, and I'm not going to let you come over here and create a problem for me and what I'm doing. And that's the same way I took it when I was out in that shelter. And everything since I've been out, everything. I'm getting everything I want. Literally, anything I ask for, I'm getting it. And I'm not. But at the same token, I'm not like taking it and saying like, oh, yo, I got this. I'm like this here. Hey, I got it. Or, hey, you need something? You know, because I want to be in that space where too much is given, much is owed. And I want to be in it. If you gave me, then I owe.
Exactly. Yeah, that's powerful right there. That's powerful because you gotta always give back. That's you just explained what gratitude is.
That's exactly.
And that's what it is. You got to be grateful and put forth the effort that life is giving you. You know, because like I say, you don't have to have no particular faith. but just believing in that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Believing in what's coming to you, you have to give something back. And just having a outlook on that, no matter what denomination you were in. You know, like I used to tell brothers all the time, man, you know, man, these reentry organizations, they be faking. Man, you owe life everything, cause you still here. You owe life everything. Nobody don't owe you nothing. You have to come out here and put forth the best effort that you can, you know, to get the results that you want. Not thinking, you know, an individual or the government or, you know, somebody of a particular race owe you. Nobody don't owe nobody no reparations. You know what I'm saying? You owe yourself. Because when you really think about it, man, it's like, especially like I put myself in that position and I've done a lot of wrong, a whole lot. So now I'm at the point in my life, I'm just trying to make up for that wrong. You know, even if it's just a scratch, I'm trying to, you know, put something on the good credit side of life. You know, and that's the thing that, you know, that I think that drive me. And Dietrich, just close this out for us.
All right, I'll close this out because I know basically to sum this all up, you need to walk by faith in life. No matter where you at, no matter if you're in a prison cell, you out here in society, walk by the faith that you believe in yourself or any God that you may believe in, and understand that true salvation comes within. And once you get that peace within and understanding that your faith is what guides you in life, you'll be all right and you'll receive all the true blessings in life that you need to receive.
Thank you for listening to another edition from Solution on Yard. We out.
Voices for a Second Chance is a comprehensive reentry program that provides culturally appropriate, trauma-informed, gender-specific, and peer-based services. Voices for a Second Chance bridges the gap from incarceration to community for tens of thousands of men and women in the District of Columbia. Our goal is for our clients to achieve a state of well-being and care as they transition from incarceration to community. You can help us continue our mission. For more information or to provide financial support, go to info@vscdc.org or visit www.vscdc.org.